I just think the biggest thing is that it doesn't look like Rutgers have passed. Like it's not, Rutgers has struggled for a little bit, going back a few years. This is not, to me on tape, a team that looks like, maybe they did in the past. They play really hard. They have an identity. And really, it's cool to see. Like I'm happy for them. I think their head coach has done a really nice job. Schematically, it's pretty familiar. It's very Minnesota-esque, which in a lot of ways is very Iowa-esque. So, that should be good. Just for us, it's not like we're playing Iowa State where it's totally foreign. Just compared to what we're used to. But again, like it's when you play teams that have an identity, it means that they're good. They practice that a lot, and they have an identity for a reason. So it'll be a good challenge for us.
Obviously, the run game got going last week. How are you connecting into Rutgers?
Yeah, I think those guys up front certainly took a step forward, which is great. The key is just to build on that. There's always going to be bad plays, but the more we can limit that and then make the good plays even better, the better we'll be. And that's going to be the challenge all year, but definitely week to week. Our really simply put, our two goals every week are obviously to win, number one, and two, to improve. And if we can do that, then we're doing our job.
What does it mean to you and the team to have Nico back on the field?
It's great. Great to have him back. Just as a leader, he's the leader of that receiver room, and really talented football player, just really veteran football player. He's been through it all, and it's great for me just having a guy I really trust, and is really talented. He's a really good route runner, good hands. He's tough, physical, all the above.
How about that catch he made?
Yeah, it was a great catch. It's good. It's funny because going into the play, I was like, well, I don't want to overthrow him here because we haven't ran a play in 4 hours. I don't know how fast he's gonna be running, and I don't underthrow guys very often. I got not to toot my own horn, I have a pretty strong arm, and sure enough, there he is. He outran me, which was cool to see. It was a hell of a catch, and big play for our offense.
You were on in that game. How good did that feel that you had the time to throw and the receivers were open and you were able to connect on some big ones?
Yeah, it felt good. Just that's kind of the goal, that that kind of performance every week that I've been searching for, and the beauty of the game of football is that it's just one game, and now the trick is just to be as consistent as I can and to try and perform like that every week, and that's what I'm working towards.
I think going into the game, we attempted 20-plus throws in the first 2 weeks. Your guys were limited personnel-wise and everything. And I think you went up with 10, something like that. And then there were those that even got called back, like the Keegan Johnson one where he got drugged down.
Yep.
How important is that for your part of the game? And then Iowa's offense, which is, play action and then try to hit deep.
Yeah, I think number one, like explosive plays, especially once you get into Big Ten play, are critical. We play in a conference that's typically has really solid defensive play, so in a lot of games, like slugging percentage is big. There are games when batting average, completion percentage is the most critical factor, but then there's going to be games where slugging percentage is by far the most important stat. And so anytime we can do that, we need to execute, and we need to send it down the field. And I also think if you can't do that, and you get one-dimensional with not stretching the field vertically, it takes a lot of pressure off of defense and allows them to sit on routes that normally should be free access or more open than they otherwise would be. If they're not worried about you going deep, then it makes it tough to throw the ball underneath. So just being as balanced as we can is critical, and I think having the guys back now, it helps that.
And that's playing to one of your strengths. Obviously, you got a good arm, so you have the ability to throw down the field.
Yeah, I mean, I can throw it pretty far, so the trick is just got to execute. And I think we left some out there Saturday that we're going to need coming into Big Ten play.